Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having a Virgo sun and Pisces moon in the natal chart. Now, I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm talking about is having that sun moon combination in the natal chart, having a Virgo sun and a Pisces moon. And the basic character, which is the sun, and the sun in this case being in Virgo, can be very organized, analytical, detail oriented, industrious, reliable, and scrupulous. Now, on the unconscious level, unconscious is the moon, the conscious side is the sun. The moon being in Pisces, unconscious side can be sacrificing, sensitive, compassionate, even reclusive, altruistic, and passive. And the thing is, like many sun moon combinations, there's a strong disparity in the energy of the sun and the moon in this case. I mean, they're diametrically opposed, and in some cases, of course, you will have an opposition aspect that involves the sun and the moon. And you have the Virgo sun, which of course, the sun is the basic fundamental character. It can be very punctilious with details and doesn't miss too much. But when you have the Pisces moon, on an unconscious level, it's more about seeing the whole picture. I guess one way you can this could manifest it on a positive level, is that having the Virgo sun, getting compiling all this data and getting all the details could help form, be able to utilize the Pisces moon energy and see that whole picture in something. And anyway, now the thing is, another way this combination could manifest is that one may bring that Virgo sun industry into something Pisces related, which can include boating, fishing, the metaphysical, which includes astrology. It can be something helping the less fortunate, spirituality, chemistry, photography, anesthesiology as some examples. And sun in astrology is about our basic ones. And the Virgo sun wants to be of service, stay busy, be helpful, but not in an officious or unwanted manner. The Pisces moon, the moon is about our emotional needs, and the Pisces moon needs more, about, I guess you could say, to rescue, attain dreams, fantasies, ideals. Pisces, and another thing about having this oppositional energy with the Virgo sun and Pisces moon is that the Virgo sun person, as far as their basic character, wants to stay busy, but you have the Pisces moon where the emotional need, unconscious level, can be more about relaxation and taking it easy. So you might have some back and forth energy where the person may vacillate between being somebody that's exceptionally busy, one moment, and the person may go through prolonged periods even of just lethargy, inertia, and just more relaxation. Now, another thing about this, okay, the true self is the sun, and the sun being in Virgo, the true self can be very punctual, systematic, methodical, and health conscious. And you have the inner self, which is the moon, and in this case the moon being in Pisces, can be, person may actually feel inferior at times. It might be a person where it's very forgiving and idealistic and very empathetic. Now, the sun in astrology is about our drive and motivation. The person with the Virgo sun may be driven and motivated to work and be helpful. And the fact you have the Pisces moon involved, okay, the person may do so, feelings, more idealistic, more inspiration, and also it was more emotion in general. Yes, the moon is connected with emotions, regardless of sign, the moon is still associated with the emotions. But having the moon in Pisces, I mean, emotions can be, I would say, very strong. It is in a water sign. I know the moon in Scorpio, though, does have, certain power and control over expressing their emotions, but they can still have certain sensitivity to things. They just might, suppress it or hold it in a little more, I think, compared to the moon in Pisces or the zodiac sign Cancer. Now, another thing is that, looking at this as well, this could be, again, more adversarial, if this is in an opposition aspect. An opposition aspect in astrology is 180 degrees. I use a 10-degree orb if at least one personal planet is involved. In this case, you have two personal planets that are involved, the sun and the moon. The Virgo, as an example, let's say the Virgo sun is at 27 degrees and the Pisces moon is at 21 degrees. That would form an opposition aspect. You might have, the person, might be overly, the Virgo sun, may be worrying you so much about getting things perfect and infallible, and it might be more, on something unrealistic, which is Pisces as an example. Now, the sun is about our actions in astrology. The moon is connected with our reactions and responses. Now, with the sun being in Virgo, the actions, again, can be very helpful, service-related. Might be, very thoughtful actions. The reactions, the moon being in Pisces, can be connected with rescuing. Maybe sometimes they're associated with just forgiving, or they have more compassionate, energy and more emotion just in general to them. The sun in astrology is associated with the biological father, and the person having the Virgo sun, the biological father, may actually be, in some cases, a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those characteristics. It could be, where, when you have the Pisces moon, the moon in astrology reflects the mother, and the mother may actually be a Pisces sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those traits. Now, it's also about the perception of these people. Somebody with a Virgo sun, may perceive the biological father as somebody that's analytical, punctilious with detail, service-oriented, helpful, very tactful, but at the same time may see the biological father as somebody that might be overly pedantic or wordy, or just worrisome, critical, fault-finding, cynical, as some examples. And the person with the Pisces moon may perceive the mother as somebody that's very, idealistic, compassionate, forgiving, altruistic, empathetic, but at the same time may perceive the mother as somebody that's somewhat unrealistic, person that might be overly sensitive, maybe vague or unclear, a person that might might even see the mother's overly relaxed or not lethargic, as some examples. And saying overly indecisive and ambivalent, I should say, as well. But this is just, again, it's a very, it's definitely a unique combination, having the sun energy being diametrically opposed to the moon energy. And when you have, if this person is actually born on a full moon, and let's say even, a lunar eclipse, person born on a lunar eclipse, this energy can be very intensified. The Pisces emotions by itself can be very chaotic, and when you have this, the person's born on a full moon or even in a lunar eclipse, the lunar eclipse especially, the emotions can be even more intensified and amplified as opposed to a regular full moon, as an example. But anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment, and until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.